Alright, hello Alcos, welcome. Anyone else in the chat or just lurking, welcome. I'm not gonna lie, Alcos, I was almost not up to it today, but I was just like, no, we're gonna get some good work done, positive vibes, we got this. Right now I just feel a little bit awkward about this part of the modding journey. Because I've been trying to, and I've been brainstorming off and on stream, how best to tackle the lighting issue. And I don't actually know how, like, I've formulated a plan, my newest plan, that I think will provide a good solution to what I really want to portray in this mod as far as lighting is concerned. But I don't actually know how to implement it, and it definitely seems achievable, but I don't know if it's the most elegant solution. So I'm going to be making another lighting template, tweaking that to exactly what I want an active sanctuary to look like, and then letting it sit because I'm going to have to do research and talk to people and try to slowly learn how I implement that in a quest line while I alternate cells. It's clunky. I really wish there was an easier way to do lighting in this engine. Like, well, change lighting dramatically, dynamically in this engine. I mean, maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, there might be some weird hack I could do with weathers, but this is an indoor cell, not an outdoor cell, so that would require hacks. So many hacks. I hope you had an awesome weekend. I had a calm weekend, I'd say. I got some stuff done, hung out with people, hung out with people, past tense. And the new Sunday job is really boring. It's boring. There's not much activity, you just kind of sit there and wait. And some people come in and it's like, oh, I gotta be on. And then, nope, back to just sitting and waiting. I'll have to bring more stuff to do next time, keep myself busy. Alright, so we've been fiddling with the image spaces to try to do an image space modifier. And that does not look like it's really going to give me the brightness that I'm looking for. And we don't want to use too many lights. I could just add more lights, but it would just be awkward and cause flickering. So we're going to put a pause on that one. That option. All of these options for like trying to get lighting to work has certain pros and cons to them. Adding a huge light bulb would probably be the easiest way to solve this problem, but it has the con of flickering lights, which we want to avoid, because flickering in video games is never really a fun time. Hello there, Hendris. Welcome. Hope you're having a chill day today. Or a chill night. Okay, so we're going to put it on default, and we're going to apply that and say okay. And that will leave us with this default eye adaptation thing. Let's check really quick. Yeah, we had just really upped the white and brightness and fiddled with the contrast, but it seemed to be a ratio thing, so I hit really my max with that. And I guess I could still fiddle with it blindly, but we're gonna move on. So we're going to duplicate this lighting template. And there's no way to change the name in there, so we're just gonna click here. And we're gonna rename this. To Sanctuary Active. So we'll have sanctuary. You know, let's rename this one to something else so it's very clear in my mind. Gotta keep it all sorted. So sanctuary inactive, yes. Oh, dang it! The worst. I didn't want to do that. And now we have naming convention issues. God dang it. Freaking CK. Coming in here, being a jerk. Okay, apply, okay. We're gonna get rid of this one. Yes. Yes. So we have sanctuary inactive, which we will put down on. I'm gonna use the name there for sorting, so I can actually find what I need. Oh wait, that's the wrong Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. We want Dawnstar. We're going to put the inactive one there. Apply, okay. And this one is marked for deletion, so we're good with that. It'll be gone next time I load this up. And I'm just gonna double check that yes. So both of those are on and active. And then we'll have active. I'm just gonna rename it first. No. Don't make me go through that again. So we're changing this one to be active because we're gonna fiddle with this, with the lighting here. Spent my day animating and reading, I believe. Can't really complain. And my books will arrive tomorrow. Hyped for Animator Survival Kit. It is such a good book, Hendris. You made a really good investment. It's like, I mean, it really is. It's a survival kit. So you've got everything, all the basics covered. Plenty of references. It's a great book. I highly recommend it to anyone who's doing animating, no matter how little or how much. It's just really good for animating. And even, I guess, I mean, there are certain principles that overlap between animation and illustration. Like, even if you're doing a single illustration, if you're doing like a dynamic thing or someone's talking, it's helpful to know the different movements and shortcuts and stuff you learn from animation. Anyway, right, let's start editing this, I guess. Let's get down here. The usual spot. Looks so much brighter in here. You're killing me. Because it's not accurate to what you actually see in game, and it's not like I have an ENB running or any lighting mods. It's all vanilla, but the render is different. So I think we just need to, it was either directional or ambient. I think it was more ambient. Yeah, because directional was like the bounce light, which we don't really have to worry about too much. So I'm going to just bring this up the slightest amount. Well, probably not like super slight. There's a fair bit. That should work. We're gonna say okay. And we're gonna save, and then I'm gonna go get my controller, because I forgot about it, while the game loads up. Not Okami! It's not what we're doing today. Oh no, I forgot to plug it in before I booted up the game, so now it's not gonna recognize my controller. I always do this. I always imagine that the game is smarter than that. Oh well. Just open it up again. See, organically I expect it to just recognize the controller. It's a flaw in their design to not have the script constantly checking on the title screen if a controller's plugged in. Or just have an option for the player to manually have the script run again. Don't have it just at boot. Don't. So, oh, it is still super duper dark. I'm gonna have to lighten it up a lot. Good to know, I suppose. It's so spooky. I forgot how dark it was. I really did. I think it's magnificent because you need to have a torch or a magic spell to light up the space, which I rather adore. Especially since the sanctuary is supposed to have been abandoned for ages. But anyway, I looked into that Streamlabs OBS broadcasting software that's starting to pick up steam, and I gotta say, like, I had a really silly moment where I was like, alright, it's right before the stream, but I think I'm gonna install Slobs and see if I can set it up and use it, like, right before a stream. I'm asking for trouble. But anyway, I got it all loaded up, and the instant I got into it, very instant that it actually, like, transferred over all the OBS scenes and optimized my settings and everything. And at first glance, I was like, ooh, I feel good about this program. It looks good. Their graphic interface is on point. But the second I actually got into it to use it, I realized instantly that I couldn't. I couldn't use it because the way it's designed, that whole simplistic style that we got going on, I really love it, but they keep on just butchering features, it feels like, rather than hiding them neatly under the hood in certain menus for people to access if they wanted to. Like, because with OBS, which obviously Slobs is a fork of, I mean, maybe I'm being too presumptive, but it just seems like it's a fork of that, because it has all the same settings and the same design flow. They don't have the ability, at least from what I saw, and I did take a good look, to have plugins. I think that's what they call them for OBS, plugins, mods, whatever. Because I have a timer. That's how I'm able to press a button to go into the scene switching thing of having, you have the little sliding cards of what people have said and wanted up on stream, and then having the countdown and the little title card, and then going to the scene where I'm talking to you now. OBS does have a built-in kind of scene switching thing, but it's really limited, and so I have one that's set up using, what's it called? Automatic scene switcher, I believe? No, advanced scene switcher. Alright. We'll try that. We'll say okay. And Slobs just doesn't allow for that, and I'm like, ooh, well, I can't work with you. From what I know, the Dawnstar Sanctuary got abandoned sometime after E4 100. Yes, I did write down. I made a little Google Docs sheet. Ooh, that's what? Oh, what? I can. What is this? Guys, I can use my controller to move my mouse. It's wigging out because it keeps on going to the side like that. What is this madness? Can I actually control my computer with this? Hold on. I found something new and exciting. Dang it, mouse, stop glitching out. It's cause the joystick's kind of funky on this controller. A button, B button, X. No? Oh, it's so weird. None of the other buttons. What'd I do? What'd I do? What did I do? Oh. It's not functioning anymore. It's not even moving the mouse anymore. I broke it. I don't know what that was, but it really intrigued me for a hot second. It's like, what? I can use my controller. I've never seen that happen before, and then it just stopped working. Oh, maybe it was a Steam thing, and that's why it stopped working the second I opened up the Windows Explorer bar thing. Anyway, way to derail me. I bet Windows will integrate that as an actual thing. Plug in your controller. Use it as a mouse. Oh my gosh, it's still super dark. Maybe I do have to edit the directional lighting. Either that or I have to crank up ambient lighting. Yeah, because this is like... It almost looks like it hasn't changed, which makes me paranoid. I did save. And we're on active, no? Did that not stick? It did stick. Okay. Strange. I guess we'll bump up directional lighting. I just don't want to go too far. Oh, set from ambient. It wasn't set from directional, so I think that's going to help a lot. It's going to brighten it up. Okay. Alright, that was just me being goofy. I'm going to lower this a little. Now we should see a difference. Skyrim, a game I always want to play but never do. Because I'm always in the CK. If I'm like, oh, I should play this game, I'm either in the CK or I'm in the Nexus mod manager. That's where I find myself. That was another thing I was testing out, the new Vortex mod manager. That took me 2 seconds to realize that I just could not use that program, would not use that program, because you couldn't control your load order. You couldn't just... There were 2 very simple things. One is that you couldn't just drag the different files to change your load order. You had to use rules, so you had to type up things, and you had to use, like, I think it's a boss, that filter that automatically organizes your mods. And I'm like, no, listen, there are plenty of modders that create mods where you need to like test things and rearrange things on the fly. I'm not gonna go typing up a bunch of rules. Like, this is dumb. Just let me reorder my mods, give me that freedom. Yes, it makes it harder to make the thing foolproof, but modding has never been, nor will it ever be foolproof. So just let me move my mods. And two, what was the other deal breaker? I'm blanking on. This is too purple, but this is much better. I couldn't move my mods. Oh, and the second thing was that I couldn't just click on the mod and be taken to the Nexus page website. Or if, say, I loaded in a mod that I got from some other site, I couldn't just put in the website where it came from, like Steam Workshop or Bethesda.net or Lover's Law or whatever. I couldn't just click on it and go to its website and look at its description. I realized when I was switching over from Nexus mods to Vortex, I figured, okay, we're not going to have we probably won't have the little preview of the actual web page being loaded in. I really love that. Really do love that feature, but I understood because of Vortex having its special interface design, Metro look, they probably would have gotten rid of that. But I could not stand the fact that I couldn't just click easily and then have my browser open up that website. Because I like looking at the description. When you have so many mods that you're sifting through, you want to look at a glance, maybe there's 2 different horse mods that you were going to try out and figure out which one you wanted. Looking at the mod's description really helps a lot to figure out what you want to do and how you're going to be testing it and stuff when you've come back to it after a couple months because you downloaded it and then you just didn't get a chance to try it right away. It's 2 really simple things. Just having a link to the source where you download that file, being able to put that website in if necessary, and then being able to drag and drop your mods. I'm not asking for much. And I'll have to stay with the older modding managers if they're not going to change that. Because that's just straight up unacceptable for me. And I was really looking forward to Vortex really a lot because Nexus Mod Manager, ever since they updated the way it functions and how it installs mods, it's so slow with unpacking mods and installing them and uninstalling them. So there's just a lot of time wasted just on trying out mods and just figuring out your mod setup. And so I was really looking forward to Vortex's speed, but I cannot justify that if they don't let me control my load order, and then having to copy or type in every name of the mod that I want to look up on Nexus mods to just double check things. I mean, come on now. Mod Manager is still the best in my opinion. I never got a chance to really get into Mod Manager, but on paper it does look like it's better just because it doesn't, it has that different install feature where it's a floating thing rather than actually having the files in your data folder. And that system, for me as a modder, where I'm going in and I'm placing files and removing them and stuff, sometimes manually, or to package my own mods, it feels cleaner, it feels better to just have the vanilla stuff in there, except for what I'm manually tinkering around in. There we go. And I assume Mod Manager is probably faster as well. It's still so purple. But but I already have like an obscene amount, like 600 mods downloaded that I've kind of halfway gone through, halfway stored on Nexus Mod Manager, so I'm kind of stuck with it. That's what I forgot to do. Oh, so silly, so silly. Actually, we're gonna warm it up a bit, I think. Oop. Okay. Save, let's try that. I want to make the sanctuary brighter, but I need the color to be perfect. This is what happens when you get an illustrator trying to make a mod for Skyrim. Caring so much about the colors. And the ambience. And that's another thing, like, I'm gonna get custom music. Come hell or high water. I want to make that happen. Okay, so the colors look better. At least in here. Ooh, and I would be able to change the image space if I wanted to, I suppose. That's something to remember. Okay, so it's still pretty dark. You can see everything much better, which I do enjoy. But I don't know if it's a little bit too dark for players like decorating their little spaces in here. Talking about Lover's Lab, this weekend I found a post on their forum where the post signature was something like, "Do you think only men visit this website? I'm a red-haired perv," or something like that. I mean, it would be silly to think only men visit those kind of sites. I mean, we're all human. We all enjoy, like, we all have our own kinks, so, you know. Alright, I do like this. Let's check down the basement. So everything's definitely visible, which is nice. Oh, I need to fix that. I don't know if this is the right amount of darkness or not. It does seem to be in the ballpark. I might want to brighten it up a little bit more, just to push and see how far I can take it in terms of brightness. actually. No. I am taking this. This was largely done by tweaking directional lighting. Oh my gosh. I lost my controller. Why? Yeah. I remember this happening to me in the past. God dang it. Okay. I think we'll leave it like this. This seems like a good lighting for now for the difference between active and inactive. What the heck? Computer? Because I had it plugged into USB 2 rather than USB 3. I don't think that would matter. I'm pretty sure this is a USB 2 controller, but... kills me. All I needed was a little bit of a tweak to directional lighting. Like, honestly, I still really wish I could get the image space modifier to work. It is my dream. That would be the simplest, easiest, best way. Because with using the different lighting templates, since it's attached to a cell, and the image spaces for that matter, I have to have a simple, not so simple, for me anyway, a script. I would have to have a script that senses where you are in certain quest lines and then switches the cells, right? So that I can have the one having the active and one having the inactive. But the image space modifier, if I could ever be satisfied with that, I could set up a I forget the name exactly, but it's essentially just setting up a box, a trigger box in one of these rooms, probably this one, where once the player walks into it, you can trigger the image space modifier to occur. The only part with that one, I don't know how to make it just exist forever in this cell from that point on to have it as a permanent switch. But that would just be so much simpler. Because it's just a box with a script attached and I don't have to have like a script listening to certain objectives happening. I mean, I guess, actually, no. Maybe I could use that box and have it trigger an image space modifier, like an effect, like a blinding effect, and then transport the player to a different cell. That would make things easier because I wouldn't have to listen to certain quest objectives being like the set quest thing. I wouldn't have to have my script listen to that. It would be kind of actually very similar to the beginning of the Dark Brotherhood questline when you go to sleep in one cell and you wake up in another with the groggy eyes. Because that's actually an image space modifier, the little groggy eyes for a second there. Any effect that blinds you or makes your vision weird. It's an image space modifier. So I could do that, have a trigger box there, but I still am running into the problem of having to deal with 2 different cells, and that requires me modifying the Dark Brotherhood quests, which I really, 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 really don't want to do. I mean, it would just be switching the player's set stage objective to enter the sanctuary, changing that cell, but then there's also changing Cicero to show up in the cell. And that would require a lot of digging, because I don't know where that script is, where that quest is, whatever it is that makes Cicero show up where you need him to be. Things get complicated fast. But the trigger box is an idea. It would make it at least a bit easier, because I wouldn't have to meddle with the quests as much. Okay, anyway. So we have the 2 of these set up. Specular. I never played with Specular. I wonder if that looked cool. Alright. Still hung up on trying to get the image space modifier to work, but we'll take a break on that. Let's work on fixing all of the meshes, making it all fit, making sure there's no errors like you're seeing the blood red sky here. So I think I swept through this tunnel fairly well, and there weren't errors there. We did notice one down here. So that should fix that. Looks okay. Oh. Looks okay. I don't know if I cleaned these up. Did I? Yeah. Yeah, they look good. The door needs to be fixed up a little. I just need... Wish I had like a fade in, like the effect that's happening here with the blackness. Wish I had something like that. Black light, huh? Interesting. I'm not seeing it really change the environment there much. But this does intrigue me. Uh-huh. Right. Okay. Black door exterior. The darkness. The darkness. Yeah, we're not doing that though. Alright. Let's try out this light and see if it actually does affect anything here. If I can get a really nice dark shadow going, that'd be great. Can I move this again? I can. I guess it must be a Steam specific thing. Whoop, 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 whoop. This is really hard to control. Yep. It's awkward. Almost catching back up to Andrew. He like never comes in here. It's only 'cause the co-op. Dang it, I knew I spelled that wrong. Oh, I didn't put CSC. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that light does not do anything. Which is a darn shame. Oh, we still have that. Okay, good to know. I was looking to avoid that. But if I'm not able to do the whole fade in thing, it's kind of pointless anyway. I'll just put stuff around this door. Make it look all normal. Vine floor? Huh. That is kind of what I was looking for, yeah. Yeah, okay. But if you, like, touch the door, it's gonna swing out. Like, if you go through this, I think this is not gonna really work the way I want it to when it moves. Although the doors do, I think, swing in. So maybe I can make this work. As long as the player doesn't smash their face up against the door. Though I will be testing that momentarily. Let's try this one more time. Now I need you, I think. Oh, I could just grab you. You're in the right orientation. It's even better. But that looks really bad. It's not affected by the darkness. Oh goodness. Get that light out of here. Probably it's Steam related. I think the mouse thing only works. Works only with processes spawned by Steam. So when it launches the executable Skyrim launcher, whatever it's called, the mouse works there. But when you launch the actual game, the launcher is closed and it stops. That seems like a fair assumption. And I am almost finished with my black tea, and I swear it makes me hungry. I just ate before the stream, and I'm just like, I feel empty inside. So empty. From eating and drinking black tea. What? It looks spooky enough without a torch, that's for sure. But with a torch, it's kind of silly. Okay. Smashing your face up against it. Isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Dang it, because this is what I'm going for. This creepy vibe right here. Where it's super dark and you can make out the creepy face and it's creepy. When you light it up, you just see like it doesn't fade nicely into the darkness. And that's such a problem. This is another thing, I want to get this to work, but I don't know if I can. But I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna fight for the thing I want to accomplish. My goal. Sing for me, huh? What should I sing? Do we have any preferences? Chlorophyll black. Whoa. Well now. I don't remember seeing that in the DLC. I do not at all. This looks like something out of Winterhold. But I guess that's, I mean, I didn't play all the way through Dragonborn, so okay. A song to sing when I don't know what to sing. Hey, guess what? I got a snowball, and eventually it will arrive, and then I'll sound so much better on my stream. And hopefully I won't have to reset the drivers every hot second. That's gonna be great. Half black flame. What's the matter with you? It's still the same square. Glad to entertain, Alkas. Oops. Oh my gosh, this thing is wigging out. Okay. I think that's how we're gonna solve that problem. Hacks. Luckily, these are only planes, so I'm kind of okay with like adding them in like this to create the look I want, because it's not, I'm not asking for that much in terms of polygons. Okay. Save. Get into game. For the 20 millionth time. So it better look amazing. Ooh. Spooky scary. I don't know how well this translates on the OBS stream. I'm hoping it's good. It's so dark. Okay, so you just see the skeleton. Very spooky. Oh right, I have to... Okay, okay, so the door is clipping through that. We'll have to bring all this up. Because that's kind of unacceptable. But it does have a fade now, which I'm good with. I mean, there's that flickering in. But I mean, if the player is smashing their face up against stuff, I mean, that's their own dang fault. They shouldn't be smearing their face on the door anyway. So it's fine even like at this distance, which I imagine would be like as close as you'd really want to get to the door. So I think we're good. I will pull it forward so we can make sure that looks acceptable. I would prefer a little bit more fade up here. It's still very sharp, but I can live with this. It gets the general feel across. So get that. Move it forwards. I don't know exactly why I have this here. It's kind of pointless. I mean, I guess it provides some kind of airflow maybe, which seems reasonable enough. I'm not actually sure what that is and why that's a thing. Let me see here. Gutter. It's a gutter. I just don't know the architecture of these kind of things to know if I should have one of those here or not. If it would make sense or not. Okay, we're gonna save again, and we're gonna go back in, and we're gonna check this. Make sure our door looks good, because that's gonna be our shortcut door. I think that looks pretty cool, much cooler than a little trap door, you know. And I was gonna originally have the stained glass and like iterations of this way long past, but now that I'm using the stackable boxes and everything else, like it makes no sense to have the stained glass be the trap door anymore, or not trapdoor, the shortcut, the secret hidden whatever. If you played through this quest, you know what I'm talking about. Of which, actually, I would imagine these guys are like 10 times more paranoid about people just waltzing into their sanctuary. We do have 2 new black doors. I mean, I guess that works, right? Because that door is going to appear after you've paid some money. As far as I've decided so far in this development of this mod. Because they have to be able to create these doors whenever they want to. It has to be some kind of enchantment that they can do at any time, because they had it at the Falkreath one. The Falkreath one was just some kind of like hobo shack out in the woods. That looks good. So that would have to be a good amount of security. I don't know if they want to add other things too. I'll have to figure that out. That's like polish, clutter, something to add to this. Maybe another door, or there's probably going to be guardians roaming down here. Like those little skeletal ones from Oblivion. I dig it, so I might have like if I can, I'd love to incorporate the beast skeleton mod and have the guardians down here either be spirits or be skeletons of different races. Alright, so this looks pretty good. I think this will work. And now we'll just comb through this area and make sure that everything looks as it should. Oh, alright. Let's make some notes. The note-taking commence. On this crappy paper from this crappy sketchbook that I will not be sketching in. So we have by the well. In the well should be fine. That looks fine. Don't know why there are 2 of these. It's probably the case as it was upstairs, where things aren't fitting together perfectly. Let's put some rubble or something there. That looks good. Man, those things, it's like asking for a chandelier rather than this firelight, to be honest. Oh well. Oh, my torch ran out. Rude. Oh, okay. That would be to the right of the secret door. We have the hallway here showing a little bit. I know this thing has some errors and I need to like put other things here like a door and stuff, or at least in the original iterations for this I had a door, so I'll probably want to put that back, but I will come back to that later because I know that's going to be a little bit of work there. I could probably do most of that in the game engine. Okay, so the wood's kind of clipping into the rock, kind of awkwardly. Don't think there's a way around that, but I'll look into it. Yeah, here too we have the wood. Huh? Okay, there's a seam on this upper wall, I guess. That to fix. No, it's riveting stuff, guys. Riveting. Yeah, you can totally see the patterns in this. And it's interesting. You can see the seams so easily because this one seems to stick out, while this one seems to not do that. This one also seems a lot shinier. I wonder why that is. Oh, and then it reverses. It might just be a game engine issue regarding lighting. So it looks much better when the torch is up. Interessante. Let's see if we can't make that nicer, I guess. That's gonna instantly kill me. I think I did... Yeah, toggle God mode, so I should be able to jump in here. I will be constantly hurting myself. Oh! Alright, that needs to be fixed. My controller's going crazy because right now I'm in an area... I decided, because the player might be stupid enough to jump in here, I decided to make it an insta-death, so there's actually a box down here that will just start murdering you. But this needs to be fixed. Because if the player jumps down in here, I don't want them to just see that. Death well, that's what we'll call this. It was also an easy place for players to drag the dead bodies of the torture victims into a place where they wouldn't just be laying around as dead bodies, because bodies don't decay in this game. And you also can't get rid of them organically in the vanilla game. You have to kind of like open up the console and say disable and stuff. So I figured this is just an easy place to dump bodies. Clutter here is okay. It's all preliminary and subject to being moved around, but I will... Oh, that skeleton has no hands! He got no hands. I will fix him. So I'll probably use him even if I move him around. So... hands, move closer to the wall. Done and done. Yeah, I might have to end up using this wood. That might be why I left it here, to fix this. I don't know, it's probably going to require some bashing together, to be honest, to make that look good. Okay, that's angled correctly. You know what I need? I need Mage Light as a spell. Looks good. think this quest, there's gonna, hopefully, I can put a quest in here, or a script or something. It's essentially, the more that you do, the Radiant, what's Night Mother? There we go. The Night Mother quest, where it's like, go kill this person, go kill this person. I want to ideally set up a dialogue piece with Nazir where you can either get one of the other sanctuary members to do it, or you can donate some of your earnings from the Night Mother, or even, like, I guess, just in general, to the sanctuary, and have this room slowly accumulate wealth and items, just to show off how much effort you've put into the sanctuary. So doing those Radiant quests, handing them off to other sanctuary members, it counts as them being done because you're, you know, doing your job as listener, rather than just taking all of the contracts, you're doling them out. And also just donating money in general. I feel like that wouldn't be too hard to implement, but that's, again, something I don't know how to do yet. But I'd like to do it so that way you can see gold and items and cool stuff slowly filling up the room. It makes it feel more responsive to the actions you take, and it's a nice consequence too. Ooh, okay. To doing what you're doing. Alright, so we've got some issues with this one. We'll say... what should this hallway be called? Nice. Mage light. Oh, mage light. You know what? Thank you. I'll do that. Oop. Oh, yeah. I didn't have to add the one. It's like I did the code wrong. Cool. Cool beans. Okay, so that hallway isn't the best. There's more wood clipping in general. That thing's floating up. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's showing a little bit. so much to do. Okay, and yeah, we'll save that ice tunnel area as its own check. I want to kind of do this in chunks for my sanity's sake. I can already see that snow's kind of clipping, so yeah. I guess I'll add that in. Something really quick. Or maybe not click. Not clipping per se, it's just floating. Okay. And then the secret room that isn't super secret because it's glowing. Its entrance is also wiggity wiggity wag. These are also things, I'm going to be doing my best to make this like all complete and polished, right? But these are also things like, hopefully when I get quality assurance people to look this over, if I've missed any of these little things, these are things I'm going to want like people to check. Comb through the mod, not just for like, oh, this looks so pretty, but also, hey, there's this. You need to fix this. That might exist on the other side. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, so we are running out of room here on my little sheet, which is just as well because I think we've pretty much reached the end of checking this area. My ear is a gem. I don't think I can be one of your QA personnel. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a whole host of different things that I can use help on, like, people are gonna test each in their own way, and they're gonna be experiencing this mod each in their own way, and I'll probably be like, oh, you want to be a beta tester? Sure. Anything that you can give me is helpful, so I'll just, like, let that happen. So don't feel like you need to comb it with this level of OCD behavior that I'm doing right now. Because I'm hoping that I'll have all these things basically fixed, and anything that has been left behind accidentally should be very subtle. But if it's not, and it's something that you guys catch that I haven't caught because it's a completely different perspective that you bring to the table, it's helpful. But mainly I'd probably be just having QA people involved is a really good way to make sure that my mod's generally compatible, that there's no like things that I've packaged incompletely or wrong, you know, little things like that. Let me see, what's tunnel entrance, clipping, top. Oh, wait, no. That's the wrong note I want to make. Right. And top. God, this paper. So like with you, outcasts, whatever strengths you could bring to the table, whether you're going to be testing out how well the quest flows and everything, just the general feel of the mod from a regular user's perspective, that's helpful too, you know. Boop. So now I have all these fixes to do. I'm making space for the book. By the well fix. I heard a spoopy noise. Dang it. I don't see it. Oh, this. Okay. It's like all I put down for this one was just by the well. It's very unhelpful. My other notes were better. Oh, that's okay. Let's take this off the grid. I think that looks good. Alright, so we're gonna say done. Double archway rubble. This is just to make this look a little bit nicer. But hold the phone because this was sticking out a little bit, right? Isn't it? Maybe this is the wrong one. Okay. That is fine. I wonder though. Doesn't seem to clip all that much here. And then maybe, oh no, there's still not going to be enough room. I was hoping I could use a short one here if I have it available to me. I thought there was a short one in this kit. Riften RW. Okay, whatever. Riften Rat Vibram. Oh, it's a dungeon. For some reason. That's not what I want at all. Did I get it wrong? Hall. Of course, not room. It's all room stuff. So there was a short one. Okay, I need to take this earring off. This headset is killing me. Hallway 3 is what we have. Am I going crazy by thinking that there was a small one? Okay, well. This is what I did to deal with it, so I guess this is how we're gonna have to work it. This looks good. And now I'm in the right spot for some clutter, at least. Dirt mound. Is it like every other dirt mound? Kind of. Oh. Is there better rubble to be had here? No. There was one thing that I had considered doing. I may still do it with this pillar. So I should keep that somewhere here. The current layout, having these lights, makes it kind of impossible for these pillars to exist. That's why I kind of got rid of the idea, but I'm going to see if I can still do it. Just not centrally in the room. So interesting. A dirt mound's the only one I got going on for me, huh? Well, I guess I can give it a shot. Just doesn't look very good. Yeah, because you got this gray clutter too. Let's look at more elegant solutions, shall we? Something I'll be happy with. Now, if I lowered these, makes it too low for the player. If I enlarge them, yeah, then you get the clipping there. Suppose it's a little detail anyway. It's not the biggest deal. However, I think the stone might look better than the white here. So I'm gonna test it out, because I can. Mm. I'm not doing the job I'm supposed to be doing. I'll leave that there and see if it works. If it does, then I can maybe have my my original idea working out. I mean, this one might look better. I just wanted to incorporate more of the stuff that's happening upstairs, the look of it, the architecture. Kind of make a fusion so this doesn't look so obviously Ratway. Plus, to make this reach the ceiling, it would be a lot bigger. Put this in the center and see. We shall see. Probably gonna be too claustrophobic. Okay. Anyway, moving on. This is too dark. What video card do I have? GTX 980, I think. NVIDIA. Yes. This will work out so good, actually. This seems like a very good idea. Okay, I'll check that. Make sure that's good. Hopefully I'm not blowing it up so much that it's gonna look like soup. I'll be upset. But I think these floors will be unique enough just to like give it its own feel, hopefully. That's what I'm going for, anyway. Should lift these up. Oh my god, it selected everything! What gives? Oops. Jerks. Like, why is it selecting all these other things? It's cold. Cruel. How about this? Nope. I wish you could group things in this editor, but that would be asking for far too much. Because then I could have all this whole set in a group and be able to move it whenever I wanted. Okay, so we're gonna try that out and see how it looks, and hopefully it looks good. Shelves. Because there might be some light and colors difference from the video card to video card, and even between some video cards, depending on the driver version. This is very true. And I mean, video cards render things differently. The codec that you're using, like DirectX 12 or 11, all those things render things differently, and then you have your monitor, which the colors are going to be different, and the viewing angles and all that. So there's like a lot of variables to deal with, for sure. But I'm still trying to like do the best I can where it looks really good, so that I know that I'm producing something where it's the darks are going to be dark and the lights are going to be light and colorful. Let's see here. So we're not gonna. We're not gonna worry about doing the rubble because that's not something that's gonna look very good. So right at the secret door hallway, a floor fix. Okay. That's the secret door. This is doorway. I think that's where it needs to be. So it won't clip. I hate the anchoring of the camera in this. Ooh. Okay. I think that's gonna be good. So I think that's fixed. Wood clipping into the rocks. No, that's too much. Thanks, creation kit. Just stick that right there in front of my face. Okay. I see. That's gonna be like that. Okay. We can work with it. We'll just put some dirt up there. It's unfortunate, like, having everything fit correctly with the two different kits connecting. It's not really the smoothest thing. They weren't designed to fit together, so the sizings are different. Oh, gotta go. Alright. Thank you, Alcos, for coming. I'm glad that you enjoyed the stream. It's about 5 o'clock, isn't it? I'm just gonna put the rest of these pillars in and just take a look at what we've got here. And if it looks like something that I'm gonna want to incorporate into the rest of the basement dungeon. I really should be just duplicating these. Or paste in place. I suppose paste in place would work too. Oop. Alright, there's stuff. We're gonna just bring this out here. Okay, we're gonna see how this looks. I have mixed feelings about it, but I want to know. And then we'll end the stream. And I'll have to get through the rest of this list. And clipping and fixing and adding. Okay, dark dungeon. And here we are. This is what we had originally. More or less. It's a little bit janky right now, but it's fine. It looks fairly good. Looks like a dungeon with the moss and stuff. Then we have our secret room. Yeah, that's just too... Well, I mean, it's not bad. It could work for my idea that I wanted to have done, where you have the sanctuary members etching their names into the stone. Kind of like what you do with a school graduation book. But you open up the door and it's there right in your face, and I'm not a fan of that. These pillars don't look too bad, but they clip horribly, so color-wise they don't look too horrible. The floor here, I think I'll keep, because it looks pretty good. And it makes the room a little bit more unique. This does solve... Oh, there's clipping there. I will have to fix that for sure then. It's gonna be on each one of these. It solves the wood awkwardly clipping issue, but we have this new issue that also needs to be solved. The flooring here fits together pretty well, so it's just one plane rather than multiple. I thought there were too many planes to begin with. The mesh is kind of blown up a lot. The floor doesn't look super crisp with these textures. I think this looks pretty cool though, in this room like this. I'll have to look about tiling it though, because I think this is blown up a little bit too much as far as it looking nice and crisp. But to be fair, I think these are vanilla resolution maybe for the DLC. I'll have to check. They might be the high-res one if I have a mod for it. Okay. I think this looks pretty good. So we'll run over here. I think this looks more organic to a dungeon, where it's kind of scuzzy looking. Whereas this one looks kind of more mystical almost. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of the pillars. Flooring. Alright, I'll keep it as the original. You never know unless you try. I will keep the original look for these rooms, but I think I want to have this flooring for this room and for the other room. I think that'll look cool. All right. Circle room. Okay. And there you have it. I think that's pretty much it, because it's after 5 now and I gotta go. So thank you everyone for spending time with me and hanging out. I appreciate it. Spread the word if you like the stream, because it helps the channel grow. Check out the Discord if you have not, and check out the events tab on the Twitch channel to know what we'll be streaming next. Tuesday we're not going to have any streams, no Lucky and Talented, so I guess I will be seeing you next on Wednesday with the adventures of Rick in Tamriel, or really Skyrim, because that is where we are currently. And that's pretty much it. So if there's something that you liked or disliked about the stream, you can click the stream feedback links on either, or in either the Twitch info panel or in the Discord, and let me know. I know, no more Doki. It's gonna take a while for us to get through it, because it's hard for us to meet up sometimes. It's the way life works, unfortunately. But it is good when it shows up. It is good. I really enjoy playing with her, and there's so many, like, perfect out of context highlights to just take. Or clips or whatever you do with Twitch. But yeah, so, as always, from my heart to yours, good luck.